Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt.
Cleopatra, the seventh Philopator, the last active ruler of Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, struggled for power in the ancient world, and her allure may have been seen as a threat to traditional gender roles.
But Cleopatra was all of that and much more. She was a brilliant strategist, a skilled diplomat, and a leader who fought to keep her country alive in a world full of danger. When Cleopatra was just 18 years old, her father, King Ptolemy XII, died. She was a master of politics and knew how to win people over.
Or struggles within the family, invasions by foreign powers, and economic instability. People believe that she herself was the living embodiment of the goddess Isis, sought assistance from the Roman general Julius Caesar, smuggled herself into Caesar's presence wrapped in a carpet one but two Roman generals, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony.
That moment marked the beginning of a powerful partnership. Cleopatra and Caesar became lovers, and with his support, Cleopatra was able to reclaim her throne. But she didn't stop there.
His intervention ignited the Alexandrian War, pitting Roman forces against those loyal to Cleopatra's brother, Ptolemy XIII. After a series of battles, Caesar emerged victorious. Ptolemy XIII drowned in the Nile while attempting to flee. While it might have been an accident, it is believed that it was Cleopatra who murdered her brother. In action in ensuring her throne, Cleopatra engineered the execution of her sister, Arsinoe, who she considered a rival to the throne. Cleopatra was not Egyptian. The Ptolemaic dynasty to which Cleopatra belonged was of Greek origin, founded by Ptolemy I Soter, a general under Alexander the Great, and had been ruling Egypt since the death of Alexander in 323 BCE.
Octavian, Julius Caesar's adopted son and the future first emperor of Rome, was determined to crush Cleopatra and Mark Antony's influence. He used their relationship as propaganda, painting them as traitors to Rome.
More famous for her intellect than her looks, as she was fluent in numerous languages and well educated in various fields. Despite ruling Egypt, the Ptolemies retained their Greek culture and traditions, rarely adopting Egyptian customs. They were considered foreigners by the native Egyptians, which contributed to the eventual decline of their dynasty.
Cleopatra became the first member of her family to learn the Egyptian language. She was determined to connect with the people she would rule.
Combined with the linguistic prowess allowed her to communicate directly with her subjects and foreign emissaries, earning her respect and admiration.
In 47 BC, Cleopatra gave birth to Caesar's son, Ptolemy XV, known as Caesarion.
Cleopatra was highly educated, studying various subjects under the guidance of scholars and tutors. She was fluent in several languages, including Egyptian, Greek, Latin, Aramaic, Hebrew, and Ethiopian. She was a powerful woman in a male-dominated world. She dressed and behaved like a goddess and pointed to ancient prophecies to artists, poets, and scholars whom she encouraged to contribute to the cultural landscape of her kingdom. Cleopatra had a special regimen involving several treatments, including a strict diet, bathing in a warm donkey milk each day. This would help improve the tone of her skin and also keep it soft. What is Cleopatra without her famous eye makeup? The distinctive lined eyes and the blue eyeshadows which demonstrated her status, power, and connection to the gods, thus reinforcing her image as a divine ruler. But even though Cleopatra's makeup was an essential part of her image and served both aesthetic purposes, it was also used as protection. According to some sources, the coal that was used for lining the eyes was made from 4 leaded-based materials and was intended to prevent eye infections rather than enhance beauty. Besides the iconic makeup, Cleopatra also thought that scents could influence people, so she created her own perfume in a personal workshop. The perfume would have been worn as a thick, resinous oil and contained myrrh, olive oil, cinnamon, and cardamom. Antony spent the winter of 41-40 BC in Alexandria, immersing himself in Egyptian culture and solidifying his relationship with Cleopatra. They had 3 children together: Alexander Helios, Cleopatra Selene II, and Ptolemy Philadelphus. Cleopatra personally led several dozen Egyptian warships into the fray alongside Antony's fleet. Despite having a larger fleet, Antony and Cleopatra's forces were defeated by Octavian's navy, commanded by Agrippa. Cleopatra and Antony were forced to break through the Roman line and flee to Egypt. This defeat was a turning point in the struggle for power in the ancient world, marking the end of Hellenistic period and the beginning of the Roman Empire.
Cleopatra had secured her place in history not just as a ruler of Egypt, but as the mother of a potential heir to the Roman Empire.
By fostering the growth of arts and architecture, Cleopatra left a lasting impact on Egypt's cultural heritage, highlighting her vision and commitment to creating a rich and vibrant society.